older than time, has returned. Free from their imprisonment, ancient wizard kings come, seeking lost magics and new realms to conquer, turning all whom they encounter, by choice or by force. Through strife, champions arise. New unities are founded. And powerful arcane knowledge unlocked. As gods and mortals clash, the forces unleashed will shape a new age of wonders.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4. My name is Garethos and this is New Vibes Only, and today I'm going to be jumping back into this game. I bought it when it came out and I played it for quite a bit, and then I've left it alone and uninstalled it, didn't play it for a while. I did buy the special roadmap, like the special pack that unlocks everything as it unlocks, so like a special pack that you buy, the DLC, and I've just been waiting, and now I've seen a whole lot of new stuff has been released for it, and I'm just gonna jump into it again and see how it plays now. I really enjoyed it. I have played a lot of the Age of Wonders games. Yeah, everything from Age of Wonders 1 up to Planetfall to number 4, I've played all of them. I really enjoyed this series, and so we're going to be trying some new things out. We're going to start a brand new game.
On this
we're going to try
you
and
choose
use
where your grand adventure will begin.
some of the new things that I haven't played with yet.
For a unique.
Okay, and first you need to choose the realm that you're going to play in. We're doing a intro to beginners here, so we're going to pick one of the easier realms. These are the official 3 realms here that have stories on. You can see the difficulty: 1 skull, 2 skull, 3 skulls. Otherwise you can have the normal challenge realms, or you can go ahead and create your own one. We're just going to pick a nice Fabulist Fields. This is going to make it actually a little bit harder for us, because I think we're going to play a vampire in this one. So they have a disdain for evil. It shows you here, if you hold down, then this tooltip, you can move on to it, and it shows you, and each tooltip, as you hold down, you can go in over them. So they do not like evil empires, but there are nice temperate provinces, that's peaceful lands, and continents, right? So we can be the evil that grows here in these lands. Let's pick Greenshire. Let's pick Greenshire. We select that now.
Here
and
you can create your own.
Here we can customize the realm. So this is what it's already set here with all the things. So we can change some of these things if we don't want to. If we wanted to take away disdain for evil or whatever, so make it a little bit easier for us, we can do that. We're going to play on a medium map, normal 5 players. We'll just leave everything as it is and go to the next.
Your journey starts here.
So now we're going to create our faction, and this is the coolest part. I'm going to create them quickly and then I will come and talk to you guys about it. Right, so we're going to decide on our base form. First of all, humans, elfkin, orc, and so on. We want to play vampires, so we're probably going to be human or elfkin, maybe even orcoid as well if you want it to be. Humans seem to be better for fighting battles, and elfkin are better for casting with battle mages. I think we're going to have a caster lord, so let's go here and select them.
In this step, you will pick your people's culture.
Then we have to pick the culture of the people, and so these give us traits here. So order affinity, high gives us more order affinity. Light, justice, and government empires, we can pick dark. So I think we are going to be all mystic, one of these two. We want to be mages, so probably mystic. Dark gives us death and decay. You can have the cult of tyranny or the cult of death. So let's see what they get. So the cult of death gets Power when friendly or hostile units are slain through the power from death. Gain 1 mortal blessing. If this unit struck the killing blow, you get additional mortal blessing. So this gives them hit points and critical chance. Heroes in your crypt can be turned into embalmed sacrifices. They may be used for powerful city structures, and or we can have a morbid sacrifice. Units in friendly armies and target province restore all hit points. That sounds pretty cool. Gain universal camouflage. Alright, the Cult of Tourney. Units weaken enemies. Status resistance to Aura of Tourney. Ooh, that sounds cool. This sounds good for our vampires. They're going to be causing people to be weakened. Capture heroes to control free cities through hostage diplomacy. But we lose a Whispering Stone. Whispering Stones are what we use to control free cities. So we have 1 less. Gain city stability when executing heroes in the prison. Unique structures provide increased gold at the cost of stability. So we can pick that. If we choose Mystic, we could find Attunement. It'll give us spell casters. The units gain attunement Star Blades. So when a friendly spell is cast, this unit's base attack gains +1 damage based on the affinity of the spell. So that could be good. Astral Echoes. These are pick up on the map, and we can only see them. They are used for echo casting. Echo casting allows us to use them to replace casting points, so we can cast more. That's quite good. Attunement seems very good. Potential gives you overcharge spells on the first cast. Overcharge spells do more damage and increased efficiency. Arcane Inspiration. Command spells gain inspiration upon completing a combat in which the spell was used at least once. Once spells gain maximum inspiration, it can be exploited, locking the spell away temporarily in return for the effects of its potential. Potential of each spell is randomly assigned, scaling with the tier of spells. That makes our spells stronger if we go to potential. And we can inflict dissonance with our attacks. When an enemy overcharged spell is cast, this unit suffers 4 lightning damage per stack and loses all stacks. So we can inflict dissonance on other people. So this is really good for strong spell casting, which is what I think we might be doing. Really good, all of these. Or we can summon. So it depends on. You can really change your style a lot with what you want. Let's go with I think we're going to go with potential. That gives us also 1 shadow affinity here, and this also changes your affinity, so this gives you new powers that you can use. We're going to use potential. Select, there it shows you at the bottom.
You will pick 2.
And now we're going to change our society, and this affects our affinities, and these are a big part of the game as well. So what type of guys are we going to be? We've already said we're going to be kind of bad kind of guys, gifted casters. We want to be spell casters. We get more casting points, gives us more astral affinity, that's 1. And then we need to choose another one. Let's see some of the dark ones here. Spies, that could be good for our vampires sneaking into other people's society. The Keeper of Knowledge gives us new allegiance to all free cities to have assigned Whispering Stone. We don't have lots of Whispering Stones, so that's not so great. Open Borders, this is not going to be too good. Powerful Evokers, damage spells get stronger. Battle Mage units, remember we want to have Battle Mages, so that could be good. And if you want to be really evil, we can do Scions of Evil. Cities gain 10 draft, and your Empire gains 5 Imperium per level of evil alignment. Minus 10 alignment. Units cost less gold and draft recruit while we are at maximum evil. So we want to be the bad guys, the big bad guys. So there's a whole lot of different things you can choose here to customize your Empire. So pick the ones that go with what style you want to play with. We're going to be the big bad guys.
You will pick a starting tome.
And now we need to choose our starting tome. This is the cool thing about Age of Wonders. You get to choose these tomes of magic. It's very similar to Heroes of Might and Magic. Each tome will give you different spells and things you can cast and different affinities, and then they will level up as you go through the game and you'll unlock more So, Tome of the Blood Rite. This is what we're going to get. I think this is the Thrones of Blood, which we want to experience now in this playthrough. It's going to give us Chaos and Shadow Affinity and a Blood Altar. So this gives us more draft income. It gets adjacency bonus with farms. We get more mana when we win in battle, and it counts as a conduit. It must be built on a province and is unlocked by the Tome of Blood Rite. So this gives us Blood Drinking Blades. So melee attacks of the enchanted unit deal 1 physical damage, and when we strike units that are bleeding, we heal with temporary hit points. So temporary hit points don't last after combat is done. Effects are increased for single shot attacks. So this affects everybody: skirmishers, polearms, shocks, shields, and fighter units. We can have the Rite of Life Leeching. Target friendly unit sustains 5 unblockable physical damage, then all adjacent units gain strengthened and a lifesteal. So if we target one sacrifice unit in the middle of all our units, and then they all get strengthened and get lifesteal. So that's using on, maybe use a strong unit in the middle to take a lot of damage, and it can buff everybody around him. This one gives a target friendly unit sustains 5 unblockable physical damage, and then all enemy units within 2x's sustain 10 damage and gain bleeding. So if we've got a strong unit in the middle of some other enemy units, we can cast this on him. We get a Blood Cultist, which is a Battle Mage, which goes into our focus that we're doing for this civilization that we're building here. We want Battle Mages. Accuracy is affected by line of sight, cannot use main magic attacks when engaged in melee, but they can do things like hemorrhage bolts. They can give the Scarlet Plague, which gains 2 blood parasites on the enemy. It's all about bleeding. Dagger of the Right, sustaining 5 unblockable physical damage to himself, but gaining 60% damage, and Resurgence. Resurgent when this unit dies, is revived at the end of combat if its owner is victorious. So it will die at the end of the turn. So we use this on themselves to do a big blast of killing blow, like at the end. So if they were going to die, we just sacrifice them with the Dagger of the Right, and then they come back after battle. Flesh Carved Runes. Carve profane sigils onto the flesh of your race, granting them plus 5 hit point regeneration on the world map. Attack and debuff abilities such as ignoring 1 status resistance per attack of bleeding on target. So this is buffing our whole race. And Sanguine Focus. Magic attacks of enchanted units gain plus 1 physical damage, a base 60% chance of inflicting bleeding, and the effects are increased for single shot attacks like Battle Mages and support units. So this is really, really cool, and it's what we're going to go for.
In this step, we will start to...
So now we choose about our leader, and we are going to be an Elder Vampire. A Deathless Vampire who drains life from enemies under cover of night. Undead unit with aversion to light. So cannot regenerate and has 20% damage unless in the underground, gloom, or sunless terrain. So this is going to make it harder for us to play. Has access to Vampire Castle Foundation, which gives us a different type of population called Thralls. Thralls are enslaved people or creatures that can be used as currency for special ritual spells. Eldritch Sovereigns gain Thralls by defeating enough enemies in battle with spells like a Thrall population. We gain Thralls by building the Vampire Castle. Right. We gain Soul Drain ritual spell. We gain Thrall Effigy spell. So this is what we're going to be playing. I want to try out these new guys. The Vampires. Drains terms of common experience earned by turn vampire heroes. Faction is immune to sunless terrain's penalties to city stability and morale. Elder Vampires are Elder Vampire Governors. Cool. We have a 5 gold unit upkeep. So we're going to select Elder Vampire. We can choose a Pure Blood, which has a unique appearance options, or an Elder Vampire Hybrid. So this is one of the many. Let's try this one. Unique appearance options.
In this
We get
step,
to choose it.
you can change how your ruler looks.
So let's look at our warrior, our units. So we can have them. We're not going to be a warrior. We are going to be one of these ones, Elementalist, Warlock, or Ritualist, because we want to be a spellcaster. So this guy, he sets up attacks or delivers the killing blow with powerful elemental abilities. We will choose a discipline. A Ritualist is healing and buffs, and a Warlock is debuff and undeath experts. So we're summoning undead. That's very classical vampire summoning the undead to help us, not so much the elementalist, so let's go for warlock. We can choose his body type. We can be a girl or a boy looking person. I don't think it doesn't count as male or female, just the way the body looks. And then you can do all sorts of things. How your guy wants, like he's a warlock, we're going to make him thin. And we're going to have long arms and hands a little bit bigger. Legs are very long. This makes him shorter, this makes him taller. We're going to have tall, stealthy vampire, stealthy looking vampire. Skin color is white. And we've got all these poses we can choose from. Oh, very cool. How you want your guy to stand. I like that one where we were flying in the air. That looks very cool. And his ear size, we can even change his ears. Oh, he's very scary looking. We don't want him to be too horrible looking there. And that is that. We can check at race here. That's what we've all done. We can tune our race. We can change how they look. We want them to stay the same. This guy is going to look different from everyone else.
You're nearly done. All that's...
And then we name them, and you can give them the title. He's an Elder Sire, a Midnight Lord. I like a Midnight Lord. And you can give him like this. You can just click and it'll change how you want them to be. We're not going to care about any of this right now. The Immortal Spellcasters, that sounds good. Ruler Ambition. So, this hero aims to lead the most experienced force in the world. His major ambition, he leads a full army of legendary rank units, which will give us 200 renown and trainer. You can mouse over those. No, it won't let us. No. Will give us trainer. While army leader, all non-hero units in the army gain 50% experience. Renown is what we get. It's like points. And renown levels grant units in the hero's army additional morale and reduce the chance of losing units when routing. Right, we can get ranking up units, gives us a reward of 5 renown over and over again. So that's something we can do. We can change the ambition.
You can pick an ambition that you're...
And these are all of them. So the Conqueror of Cities, Smiting the Wicked, Defending your Empire, Dominate Others. There we go. Recruit or raise a tier 4 unit after combat. Recruit or raise units after combat. So we need like Necromancy to do that. We are going to get there because we've said we're going to do that. So let's do that. Let's choose Dominator. And let's go onward. We can change all of these things. This biography, you can fix it. You can play role play as much as you like. Really good. Let us go into the realm and we'll go to the main map and see how the game plays. So here is your overview. Udolf Dalgur, the new ruler. So it shows you what you've all got. Your Elfkin, your Mystics, your potential gifted casters, Scions of Evil. We have Arcane Focus, magic attacks dealing more damage, 20% accuracy on physical ranged and magic attacks, Keen-Sighted, and Sharp Eyes, Vision Range and Sensing Range. Just click there. And our starting magic, the Rite of Bloodletting, the Cosmic Ablation, and an Enchanted Crow Companion that we can use to spout. Right, and here is the world map. You can zoom out and see where we are. We're kind of in the middle left of the world. Mouse wheel to zoom in. Hold down with the left mouse button, move around. And we can see all these beautiful things that are around here on the ground. Pastures, production stash, many things around here. And here's our hero. So let's look at the UI. We've got knowledge up here, researching from tomes. We have 61 income per turn. Imperium, this is very important, used for acquiring cities and speeding up empire development and negotiations. If you're unsure of what something is, you can see all the underlined ones. You just mouse over them and it will tell you everything about it. And we currently have plus 45 Imperium per turn. We have 1 Whispering Stone, which we can use to negotiate with free cities. We are 1 out of 3 cities built, so we have a 3 city cap at the moment. And 1 out of 1 heroes, we have 1 hero cap. There is our income from gold. It shows you why we are losing gold. And our income from mana, which we use to cast spells. And our world map casting points, currently a cap of 55. And we can cast those spells here. There's the Enchanted Crow, it costs 70. So unfortunately we can't even cast that spell when we only have a cap of 55. So we need 70 to cast that. We need 70 of both things, so we can't cast that right now. And we can see all our spell tabs here, how much mana it costs, how much points it costs to do them. For now we can't cast anything, so we'll leave that alone. Like any kind of civilization building game or turn-based strategy game, you'll see we've got notifications over here. Here's our mini-map, and here's our affinities. Empire Shadow 3, 2 Astral, and 1 Chaos affinity. And you can look at the encyclopedia here for anything you want to know, just by clicking there and get back. Alright, so we've got our hero. If we zoom in, there he is. It shows us, we click on this, it will take us to the guys we need.
An army.
Right, so we've got a couple of people here. Let's see, what's this guy? This is our Mystic Projection, which is our scout unit. You can see here all of the things. Scout unit, he's ethereal. He is a mortal spellcaster, this is our race. He's a tier 1 unit, he's got 0 out of 4 levels. And that shows you how he will level up, what will happen to him. He has neutral morale, and he can shoot rift bolts, which is his attack. So not very strong, we don't want to use him for attack, we want to use him to scout and pick up things. Over here we can see a production stash, so let's right click and he'll move there. And we got 70 production from him doing that. What else can we find? There's forest. Here is a gold vein, which will give us a gold when we annex it. Here are some enemies. We can see how many units are there. There's 3 units in the stack. We can left click on it to see the units. There is a Gore Tusk shock unit. There is a Blood Maggot fighter unit. And there is a Spirit Hawk fighter unit. It's also ethereal. Ethereal means that they have extra defense, but less resistance to spirit damage. Right, so we're not going to attack with this guy. We'll move him this way and see what we can see. Right clicking, and he'll go over there. Open up the map a little bit. Click here again. We have our hero army. We've got our hero in it. We have a spell shield, a shielded unit. This is a tier 2 unit. It's got a very good strong attack of 12 and a flash freeze which damages adjacent units with frozen. We have a Soother support unit which fires rift blasts, and a Soothing Breeze. Target friendly unit or another within 2 hexes heal for 20 temporary hit points. His Rift Blast, we can see here, does 2 stacks of Dissonance. So when an enemy overcharged spell is cast, so we cast Dissonance on them and then we overcharge our spells. This is our basic polearm unit, tier 1. He is good for taking out cavalry and countering shock units. He has first strike, so he will get to retaliate before they attack him, and he has charge resistance plus 40% damage to cavalry and large units, so great for killing large units. And then we've got some Arcanists, which are battle mages. They also are going to fire rift bolts, so that's they're a little bit different from the other guy. They fire rift bolts, they don't do anything else. Tier 1 battle mages, we got 2 of those, so we've got a pretty decent army here. We could definitely kill those guys. Postures, we don't need to get to here. We have a Marauder Guard army, and they've got 2 tier 2 fighters and 2 tier 1 fighters, which are very strong. Melee strike of 12. So everything in this game has kind of statuses that they have, you know. This one has wet, so they get less resistance to lightning and frost and more resistance to fire. Where do we want our hero to go? Let's go explore a little bit on the road. There's a road you can see. He's going to... Oh, there's a chest over there. That'll have an item inside it. Next, we need to research. So this is from our tome that we've got. And we can choose one of these things to find out about. We want to get our blood cultists. Those are very good. Sanguine focus will go on a unit. On our battle mages. And flesh carved ruins will change our race, our whole race, by giving them extra things. So I would like to do this, but we have to, the casting cost you can see is 150, so we're not going to be able to cast that. We'll be able to build these guys first. So let's get blood cultists, and we need to decide what to build. So welcome to the city. This is the city interface. You can see all our incomes of food, production, draft, and stability. Here is gold, here is mana, here is knowledge, and Imperium last. Alright, so you have 2 build queues. One is for building buildings, one is for building units. You can only build one of each at a time. So if you're building nothing, you will produce merchandise, which will give you extra gold. But we want to build some new things in our city. Right, so let's see what we can build. We've got a vendor giving us more gold. We can't build this, we don't have enough people. That's why it's grayed out. We can build a storehouse, which will give us food income, and a granary unlock. So the granary will give us more food income. So as you build the lower level structure, it will unlock higher level structures. Our shrine gives us more mana. We do need more mana. We don't have a lot of mana. Our library gives us income of knowledge, so we can research new tomes and spells. Evocator's Abode gives us 5 mana, 5 draft, and 8 production, so that is very good, like an all-round thing that we can do. And I think we should get this first because it improves a whole lot of different things. That's really good. Gives us more income in 3 different things. It's a little bit less than the 10 we'd get from building, like say this. Give us 10 knowledge, but it only gives us knowledge. This gives us 3 different incomes. And it unlocks the Stone Conjurer, which also gives us double types, a dual type of income. And the Blacksmith, which gives us more draft. So let's check the last one. Desecration Chambers. Every turn, one province within or adjacent to the domain alters into sunless terrain. That's also very good. So let's build this one. And what we can do... We have a lot of gold. Like, we have to pay the golds to build them as well. So we just paid some gold there. You can see. And this is the gold cost. 30 gold for this one, and then we have the turns. So it's 3 turns for the Evocator's Abode. If we cancel it, it will refund the golden mana we have spent. Our reproduction will also refund it. We can see our gold has gone back to 300. Just to show you how that works. So there we go. We lost that 60 gold. Producing units. If we don't produce units, we generate food, and food goes to growth. If we click here, we'll see which units we can build and how much it costs. We don't need any more. We could build another Mystic Projection to go and scout, and that might be an actual good thing to do. We'll build a scout. So now we've got both our queues full. We have 1 out of 30 population, and in 3 turns we'll get a new population. We have plus 30 per turn. There we go. That's all we can do. There. Let's look at the map here. We've got a small monster den. A small monster den. This is what it looks like. And it's a bronze level, which is the lowest level. Infestation spawner is a location that causes infestation to take place. A throng of vile monsters that claim this region. If left unchecked, they will grow in strength, expand, and send out invasion armies. They're in deep sleep. They'll only become active in 9 turns. So we could see if we can stop that before it grows. And then we can look here for advice. Here's the event log to see if anything's happened. Here's end turn. Here is our alignment. We are evil -10, and that shows you what happens with that. And here is our spells that we've seen already. So let's end turn. Everyone else can play their turns, and we will get all our production. So our knowledge is produced. We've got our Imperium now. We've got 45. All of this income and things increased. And we have now got to send our guys out to do things. So let's go this way to scout. We'll stay in the forest. And as you mouse over each of the hexagons, it'll show you how much movement it requires. So that's 5. If we're not on the road, it costs 16. So that's why to go here, he'll move on the road first. So let's go get this. But we don't have enough movement points to get there, so we'll get there next turn. And look what we found. A small army. This is the total army strength of the army, 230. There's the levels, level 3, level 1, level 1. Our army strength is 440, so technically we should beat this. And underneath here is something. We can see they're standing on something. A gold vein. So we will get things if we annex it. And we've also found a free city. Meeting Nefarious Mystery. So let's click on them and see. Nefarious sounds like they're bad guys too. So he is of the same race as us, immortal spellcasters. So they are the free city like us, and he will talk to us. We have reputation, so this determines how other people see us, which affects free cities and empires with neutral or better alignment. In addition, a good alignment will increase the chance of positive random events occurring, while evil alignment or worse will make negative random events more likely. High culture has an alignment agenda. Okay, so that grants bonuses for the following alignment levels. And you can see everything is explained very easily if you just read the tooltips. So take some time, go slowly through it, and make sure that you read up on the things that you need to do. So we can give them a Whispering Stone, and they will get better. So here we can go. We can stop talking to them, or we can open this. Give them Whispering Stone. That's a good idea because they are evil like us. And we can offer cooperation. But let's give them this first. We have to reach these levels. Neutral, they can be pact cooperation. Once we reach here, we can get cooperation. And we'll start trading. And here we can have loyalty. They'll give us more things. And here we can annex them. Vassalage. So let's give them the Whispering Stone. There it is. And now you'll see that is increasing. And we'll have a pact cooperation in 8 turns. Excellent. We can do that. Yeah, everyone's moved. End the turn. Day 3, let's grab the chest. We've got a Staff of Radiance. This is a tier 2 staff. For a champion, the Wizard King. Or a Warlock, or Ritualist, or Elementalist. We are a Warlock. So it grants defense mode warding, which means we end our turn in a defensive mode, extending zone of control to all adjacent hexes and getting +2 defense, +2 resistance, being immune to flanking, which is a thing in this game, and all friendly units gain +2 resistance and 3 status resistance if they are adjacent to this unit. It gives us a Spirit Blast attack, which does 20 damage, has a 90% accuracy and 4 range. It's a single magical attack and has a 90% chance of inflicting blind. It is affected by line of sight. So we also get quick stab. So that's great. So we can take that, open hero screen, because we are going to give it to him. There it goes. Now he has it, and you see now he's carrying it in his avatar. We also can disenchant it. And we can disenchant things that we don't want anymore, but we want these things, so we're not going to disenchant them. And we've got a horse. A white horse gives us very fast movement, but turns him into a cavalry unit. So now he takes more damage from spears. Here's all his stats: his health, his defense, his resistance, his movement points, his morale, and then all the attacks and things he can do. He's currently in sunlight, so he deals more damage, but he has all of these things. Umbral Malady. We are immune to Umbral Malady. We are heartless. We have experience drain, stealing experience gained in combat from our turned vampires, and ciphers of dissonance. So lots of cool things to worry about. For now we're fine. We're going to attack these guys. It's a safe battle. We need to start getting experience points for our units. And then you can auto combat, and you click here to allow the AI to use spells, or if you want to save your mana you can click that off and then let the AI fight. We are going to do manual combat. Let's see what we're fighting. We have a Bastion shield unit of the Mucus Devotees. So he's great at blocking enemies and protecting allies with physical attacks. So he's not going against magic. And if he is flanked, he doesn't get the extra defense from his shield. He can build, do a shield wall. Going into defensive mode, extending zone of control. Same thing we can do, being immune to flanking. So that's not good, because flanking is his weakness. That's his race, the Mucus Devotees. They have no keeper, they are neutral units. We can see what they've got. Swamp Adaption, they are resilient, they are hardy, very strong defensive unit. The culture is industrious, Devotees of Good, and Relentless Crusaders, but we're not going, that doesn't matter. He's got an attack of 14, a defensive sweep. So he's got a cleave attack. We've got to understand we can't stand next to him with a couple of units, and that makes him enter in defensive mode. Very strong defensive unit, an inspiring defense unit, and adjacent friendly units gain bolstered defense. So that's, he's going to stand in the middle of all these guys. We've got the Anvil Guard here who can taunt us, which means we have to attack those guys, so we can't kill this guy. And we have a Defender, which is another shield unit of the Blue-Blooded Fae. It's a totally different race, and they are arcane focused, different type of unit. And he just has a normal melee strike. Right, let's see. Manual combat. We'll go into the combat menu and talk about that. So here's our battlefield. They get to move first. You can see they're doing their defensive things. And we've got terrain. There's levels to the terrain, which is great. There's obstacles in our way. There's trees. All sorts of things. It's a really, really cool game. Very beautiful as well. Right, so we can see who's here. There's our Bastion, our tier 3 unit. And we can see here he has bolstering. Once per turn, this unit gains bolstered defense when hit by a melee or physical ranged attack. Physical ranged attack. Bolstered resistance when hit by a magical attack. So he'll either get more resistance to magic, or he'll get more resistance to melee or physical damage. So he's a really good defensive unit. Okay, so what are we going to do? They don't have bonuses against mounted units. We have a spell shield. He has flash freeze, damaging adjacent units. So we can do a charge. It would show you here. We would do only 3 damage to him and get retaliated for 7, so that's not really good. You can hold down control to show more info. Just shows you state resistance. You can go here. So really not a good idea to attack this guy here. We want him to kind of attack us, I think. So what we're going to do, we can also see how far he can move next turn by left clicking on him. We'll see he can move up to here. He doesn't have a charge or anything, so that's fine. What else have we got? Our spear unit is unfortunately very far back. And this also gets a defensive mode. So let's move up here. Right clicking to move. And we're going to defense. Becomes immune to flanking. These guys have a melee strike. They also have the flash freeze and defense mode shield wall. So we are going to do that. Right clicking there. And going into shield wall. extending zone of control. We're not going to do it yet because all adjacent friendly units will gain +3 defense. Who else have we got? We've got our Arcanist. We've got our main guy. He has a quick stab, but he is. We got really more attacking units. These guys are our support unit, and they can heal, so they're going to be put in the middle here. We'll put this guy over here. Put our champion over here, and we'll put these guys over there. And then we'll use this unit's ability here, defense mode shield wall, and he'll shield everybody behind him. Everyone's out of range, so we can go defense mode warning, give everybody around us defense. Everybody's out of range, so we'll keep defending, and these guys are still also out of range, so we will defend again. Let's end our turn. We can't use blood bolts. He's out of range. You can see we could move further. Blood bolt has a 4 range. You can see there 110% 4 range right over there. So we can't do that now. Let's just defend. Here we can siphon blood. Can't do it. He's out of range. So let's defend. At the turn, everyone will go into defensive mode who hasn't attacked. They have bolstered defense, everybody, and they're not moving. Remember, he does have that cleave ability. It's a very strong unit. And we can hold down the right mouse button to move the shield of the battlefield around. So, let's see, with 70% attacks here, Rift Bolts times 3. Let's do it. Because we are firing from without moving, we get all of our attacks, 3 attacks. And that's how it works with your units. So you can see here, here's his action points, 1, 2, 3, and this explains action points here. You can see our spell says but it triggers once per remaining action points, and then he can't do anything else. So we want to shoot. We have an 85% chance to hit this guy. Let's do it. Bolstered resistance. You see we're taking less damage, but he does have dissonance. This guy, if we attack here, he's going to get retaliated for 20 times 2. So that's not good. We don't want to do anything, we just want to defend. This guy has healing, so we can heal, but we can also just do this. 14 damage. Remember, we've done dissonance, so we're going to attack with everybody first, and then we have 3 melee strikes, and we can retaliate. You get retaliated twice. We can also use the flash freeze. Remember, if we do this, we will get more defense and give out all adjacent units. So I think we're just going to do that, and we're going to win with our spells, which is what we want to do. Siphon Blood, we're not going to use because it heals us. We don't need to heal. We'd rather do Blood Bolts, and we're going to do our Blood Bolts here. That's 6 times 3, that's 9 times 3. Let's do it down here, 9 times 3. Right. Now, we've got dissonance on everyone. So what we can do is do some spells, Cosmic Ablation, and we can click it, it's overcharged, so we'll hit him for 27. Let's do that. Sorry, I had to right click. Cosmic Ablation, right click to cast. There. You see our dissonance happened, and we removed all the stacks of dissonance. So do all your attacks first, store up the dissonance, and then cast a spell. And that's all we can do. Everybody's attacked or defended. End our turn. what are they going to do against us? A nice little attack of 8 damage, another 8. We did some retaliation striking there. We have bolstered defense, so we are not taking a lot of damage. Look at that. They take much more. They do much more damage on retaliatory strikes than they do on actual attacking strikes. Only 3 damage. No problems. Now it's our turn. We're going to kill this guy. You can see it shows he's going to die because they're next to this caster. So this caster won't be able to shoot if people are next to him. He's going to kill this guy. Oh, we grazed. Unfortunately, we grazed, but we did flank, and he died. Flanking attacks are attacks that happen from the side that is not facing them. So if we move here and we attack, it is a flank attack, and you cannot respond to flanked attacks. So we are going to do that. It also gave them dissonance. And now we can use this guy. It's going to do 16 damage. They will retaliate. That doesn't matter. We do a lot more damage than they do. Three attacks because we didn't move. We can heal these guys. They will give target friendly unit and another unit within 2x's heal only temporary hit points. So temporary hit points are removed when combat ends, so they're not really useful right now. We'd rather attack for 26 damage. Don't have to defend if they're all dead. And we can go here to use quick stab and right click him, and we'll quick stab him. Nice slow-mo finish. First battle triumphant, and we hardly took any damage. It was really good. You can always retry if you fail, or watch it yourself. And look at our units are very healthy, very strong, and that is how combat works in this game. So as you can see, guys, it's very similar to Heroes of Might and Magic. There's a couple of differences. We do have to claim. This is the next thing I'm going to work on too. Before we finish the video, is how your city expands. We have to claim by building outpost. Not outpost. Oh, sorry, I lie. We have to claim it, and we will get that later. See here. Outposts we can build when we're not near a city. So for example, over here we could build an outpost, and we need a hero there to do it. But the city itself will expand, and it will give us a new place to build. So let's go into the next turn. Once we moved everybody, we can't move on the water. We can see what's here. Let's go over there as far as we can go, explore a bit of the map. We found some things. Got another. We just built this guy. We're gonna send him. Let's go this way up here. And our hero can move one more space. Or we can set up outposts, which will turn into cities. I want to go and check out this monster den. So let's go back down this way. Right. Done. End our turn. Right, so let's go check our city here. Now you can see how our city grows. We've got another population, and that means we get to choose one of these adjacent districts and build something on it. So we can see here we could build a mine, which gives us gold. We could build a forester, which gives us a little bit of food, a little bit of production, and a bit of gold from the gold vein. And we can only build that on a forest. Or we could build a farm, which will give us 5 and the gold vein. So since there's a gold vein there, building a mine is pretty important. We can click on it. A gold vein. If we want to specialize kind of our districts, we can do that. Otherwise, we can decide that we don't want to worry about it and just get double bonuses. So iron deposit, a rich resource node, and it'll give us plus 10, and we can decide, oh, we want to build a quarry here and make it 15, or we want to diversify and give us farms and production. So you do get bonuses as well towards building your buildings. So that's the kind of thing that you will find out later as well. Sometimes you need a certain amount of things. So here it says blacksmith unlocks the armory, and the armory requires 2 foresters to build. So you have to have 2 foresters to build it. You're a library. We need an arcane institute. Doesn't matter. We can build that without anything. A shrine is a mana obelisk. Doesn't need anything. Requires 1. It can unlock the monolith, and that requires a conduit. And I think, do have a conduit already. This one requires 2 quarries, the Masonic Hall, and these are very important because they increase the production income, and that helps you build buildings faster. So production and gold are required for buildings. We need to have those things. So we're going to need 2 quarries later. So I feel like we build this one. It'll give us double the amount. Well, it'll give us, 15. Instead of getting just 5, we'll get 10 extra. And so we will get a total of, let's see. Oh, it takes some time. If we look at here, we've got 20 from our city, and now an extra 15 from the new quarry that's been built. And so that is going to boost our production of more things a lot. Right? And that's how you expand your cities. And then what you need to do is, again, just explore the map, find the enemies, and destroy them. There's even a legend here. You can decide what you want to show. And once you've done that, you will win the game. Right, Empire development. This is going to show us how our affinities work. So at the moment we are getting +2 astral affinity, +3 shadow affinity, 1 chaos affinity, and 6 general affinity. And these will lead us down the paths to getting bonuses for our civilization. And we're trying to kind of go the way, we role playing how we want to. So we want to be spellcasters, we're going to go down this way. If we want to be evil or shadow, we're going to go down that way. We've got nature, we've got order, we've got materium, that's the builders, and chaos. So we can decide how we want to play, and we can go along, and you can spend time looking at these ones and decide what we're going to get. What kind of things are important to you and how you want to play your game, and then you will choose which way to go. Right, let's look at the other ones. Diplomatic overview shows us who we know. Even your free cities are here, and all the races that you know. Then your quests are here. So here's our victory conditions. You can decide to win by killing all the rulers. You can get 149 provinces, 3 beacons of unity, and light them and then defend them. You can get the magic victory by getting a tier 3 tome research to unlock the bind gold ancient wonder spell, and then bind 2 ancient gold wonders, get a tier 5 tome and an age of chaos spell, cast the age of chaos spell, and then defend for 15 turns the ancient wonders. Then we can do a score victory, and this is how we win the game, by getting the highest score after 150 turns. So we currently have had the highest score already, and if we hold it for 146 turns, we will win. We can also create quests. We can choose a hero we want killed and set it, and then other people will try and kill it. Our heroes, our collections of different special things that we can find on the map, the cities that we have and what they're building, the armies that we have and what's included in them, and here's the Rally of Lieges. We're not going to use that because we don't have that available to us. We're not good. And those are the things you need to do. Alright guys, that'll be the end of the video for today. That's the introduction to Age of Wonders 4. If you have not played it before, I urge you to pick it up. It's a great game. If you'd like to see me play a bit more of this campaign, let me know in the comments down below. And if you could click the like button and subscribe to the channel, that would be great, and will help me get some new videos to you guys as well. Thank you very much, and see you next time. My Garethos, this is Age of Wonders on Noob Vibes Only. Adios guys, see you next time.